In the dawn of time, the world was a breathtaking masterpiece, a garden of wonders crafted by the hand of God. But humanity, gifted with free will, turned away from its creator. The earth became a canvas of shadows, stained with violence, corruption, and a cold disregard for goodness. Hearts grew hard, and the beautiful world groaned under the weight of its own wickedness. The skies themselves seemed to weep, mirroring the storm brewing within the human soul. Everywhere, there was strife, chaos, and a deafening silence where hymns of praise once echoed. It was an age of darkness, a world teetering on the brink of self-destruction. Yet, in this sea of despair, one man stood as a lighthouse of faith. His name was Noah. He was a simple man, a righteous man who walked with God in a world that had forgotten his name. While others pursued power and pleasure, Noah found solace in prayer. Alone, under the vast and often turbulent sky, he would speak to the heavens. His heart was a sanctuary of peace in a world at war with itself. One day, as he prayed, a divine light pierced through the gloom, a ray of pure warmth and brilliance, illuminating his weathered face. It was not a light of this world. It was a whisper from eternity, a call from the Creator who had not abandoned his creation entirely. God had found one man worthy, one soul who still listened. And so the voice of God spoke to Noah, revealing a plan of both judgment and salvation. The world, stained beyond cleansing, would be washed anew. But Noah and his family were to be saved. He was given a monumental task: to build an ark, a vessel of unimaginable size, a floating sanctuary made of gopher wood. Its dimensions were divine, its purpose sacred. Noah, with unwavering obedience, began the work. In the midst of a dry, sun-scorched land, far from any great sea, he started to build. The sound of his hammer and saw became a rhythm of faith against a chorus of mockery. People would pass by, scoffing, laughing at the old man and his colossal boat in the desert. They called him a fool, a madman. But Noah did not waver. His eyes were fixed on a horizon only he could see, a promise only he had heard. The ark rose, beam by beam, a testament to one man's unshakable trust in God's word. As the great vessel neared completion, a miracle unfolded, silencing the scoffers if only for a moment. From the four corners of the earth, a procession began. Animals, in all their glorious diversity, started to arrive. Majestic lions with their manes of gold, colossal elephants with their gentle eyes, soaring eagles, humble sheep, and countless other creatures, great and small. They came not in a panicked stampede, but in an orderly, peaceful parade, 2 by 2, male and female. It was a symphony of creation, guided by an unseen hand, moving towards the one place of safety. They walked up the long ramp and into the vast belly of the ark, a living library of God's creatures, preserved for a new beginning. The scene was cinematic, a quiet, awesome display of divine authority over the natural world. Then the appointed day came. The last of the animals was safely inside, the great door was sealed shut by God's own hand, and the sky began to change. The laughter of the mockers died in their throats. A single drop of rain fell, then another, then a torrential downpour. This was no ordinary storm. The fountains of the great deep burst forth, and the floodgates of the heavens were opened. Lightning tore across the sky, its flash revealing a world in utter chaos. Giant waves, like liquid mountains, rose from the earth, consuming everything in their path. The screams of the unbelieving were swallowed by the roar of the flood. It was a terrifying, dramatic, and intense spectacle of judgment, the world being unmade, washed clean by the very waters that once gave it life. Amidst the cataclysm, the ark, which had seemed so foolish on dry land, now proved its divine purpose. It rose with the surging waters, a solitary vessel of hope on an endless, churning ocean. Tossed by waves and battered by relentless rain, it floated securely. Inside, Noah, his family, and all the creatures were safe, protected within the wooden walls of their refuge. It was a world reduced to water and sky, a dark and desolate panorama. Yet within the ark there was a profound sense of peace. They were adrift on the waters of judgment, but they were held in the palm of God's hand. It was an atmosphere of divine protection, a promise kept in the heart of the storm. For 40 days and 40 nights the rain fell, and for many more months the ark drifted upon the face of the waters. Then one morning, a change. The relentless drumming of rain on the roof ceased. A stillness fell over the world. Noah opened a window, and for the first time in a long, long time, he saw a patch of blue. Soft sunlight, like a gentle promise, broke through the heavy clouds, its rays dancing on the surface of the vast sea. Hope, which had never truly left, began to blossom anew. Noah sent out a dove, a symbol of peace. It returned. He waited and sent it out again. This time, it came back bearing an olive leaf in its beak, a sign that the waters were receding, that land and life had returned. Finally, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. The waters had fully subsided. At God's command, the great door was opened, and Noah and his family stepped out, their feet touching dry ground. They breathed in the clean, washed air of a brand new world. The earth was pristine, peaceful, and quiet. Before them lay a new beginning, a second chance for humanity. Their hearts overflowed not with pride, but with immense gratitude. They built an altar, and together, they worshipped the God who had saved them, their voices rising in the stillness, a pure offering of thanks from the first family of a renewed earth. And as they worshipped, God set a magnificent seal upon his promise. A majestic rainbow arched across the sky, its vibrant colors painting a brilliant path from one end of the heavens to the other. It was a breathtaking spectacle, a bridge of heavenly light connecting the sky to the reborn earth. This, God declared, was the sign of his covenant, his unbreakable promise that he would never again destroy the world by a flood. It was a symbol of mercy, of hope, and of the enduring faithfulness of God.